Now, again, I apologize. Cindy Martin, the head of the chief of the San Diego Unified School District, was supposed to be here, canceled with 20 minutes to go to the show, saying, well, I had an emergency. Okay, fine. We were going to ask you to grade, and we did. We went up to the Facebook page, the Roger Hedgecock Show, asking you to grade the San Diego Unified School District the way they grade kids, A through F. And Ty Hines is standing by at our feedback board for the Roger Hedgecock Show Facebook page. Ty, how are we doing out there with our viewers?
What's up, Roger? Well, unfortunately for the San Diego Unified School District, we didn't get anything above a C-. So not great feedback. For example, Mayor says she was actually our C. She gives the district a big fat C for complacency. So she wasn't really thrilled, Roger. What about you here?
Well, it's interesting because the school district gets a lot of guff because, frankly, there's too many dropouts. There's too many schools in minority areas that are not getting paid attention to. They maybe get a brand new school, but do they get the teachers and the backup and the programs that are really going to make that education effective? And I'm thinking of Lincoln High School, right?
And you know what? I have an interesting question here. Is this Filner's fault? I mean, can we blame Filner for this?
No,
this isn't Filner's fault. All right. Well, let's see what Jose Martinez says. He says, I'm glad that I have no children in the school district. If I did, I'd pull them out immediately and he rates the school district in F-. So he is clearly less than thrilled with the school district.
One of the things I wanted to ask Cindy Martin, Ty, was the idea of they have this STAR thing where they're trying to hold teachers accountable by the test scores of the kids. And now they want to change over to Common Core, a curriculum change, a huge curriculum change. And again, as they make these changes, it's hard to judge accountability. It's hard to see how effective the teachers are, and I think they do this on purpose. You can't measure them, so what are you going to do? The American teachers unions are just the most powerful political force in Sacramento, and unfortunately, I think the schools not doing so well as the result. And people like Cindy Martin might be doing the best job they can, but I bet they don't have a whole lot of discretion.
Yeah, and you see the movies where the teacher really steps up, and all the kids go from like Fs to As. Of course, we can't put all the onus on the teachers, but this was a very interesting topic.
No, that's right. Ty, we're going to come back, and we're going to come back with some wine and some very interesting business stories about the wine business. Our Facebook page feedback at the Roger Hedgecock Show, because we were asking whether or not the government shutdown or slowdown, as we talked about previously, is affecting you. And Ty Hines is standing by at our feedback page here at the Roger Hedgecock Show Facebook page. Ty.
What's up, Roger? How
What's
you doing?
happening?
Hey, okay, so we got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people say that they're not really being affected quite yet. For example, we have Vic. He says the government shutdown hasn't affected him one bit, other than there being a lot less traffic on the highway. So that's one way I guess it could benefit you with people being furloughed, staying home.
I noticed that on the freeway myself this morning that it seemed like there were fewer cars. Now, 46,000 federal employees, civilian employees in San Diego County. 100,000 people in the armed forces, of course, are going to work. They are paid. But many of those others, the 46,000, are home.
Yeah, that's true. For example, Jose says the same thing. At this point, he can't tell the difference. So there's two. Lynn Harper says, shut down the government before they wreak more havoc on citizens. So she had another little point there that I thought was pretty interesting to add into the show today.
Ty, it might be a sizable number of people who not only don't know the difference, they're rooting for more shutdown of this government.
Gosh, that's kind of the feedback I got. Do we have time for one more,
Go
Roger?
ahead.
Okay, so Connor says, my health insurance premiums have doubled overnight, so he was affected, while Larry says the shutdown hasn't affected him as well, but he thinks that the government should stay shut down. So a lot of people just don't want the government up and running anymore.
Ty Hines, thanks very much. Thanks to our viewers for weighing in. I'm going to get back to the subject of fracking, and standing by at our Facebook feedback page, the Roger Hedgecock Show. Government slowdown. We're going to talk about, I am going to get to fracking sooner or later in this show. Government slowdown, and what you think about this, well, I guess they're calling it a shutdown in most of the media today. And Ty Hines is standing by at that board for our feedback. Ty, how we
Well, I thought you were going to throw a curveball at me with fracking, but we do have the government shutdown. Roger, Beverly Parker says, she's a regular contributor to the show. She says, did they close the White House kitchen down and send home all those gourmet chefs? Pretty interesting there. President Obama think he's still eating well while the whole government shut down?
Of course, he's not shut down. Not much of anything is shut down except Cabrillo National Monument.
Unfortunately for us. Tony Smith apparently doesn't mind the shutdown. He says just keep it all closed down. Why not?
Well, and of course, there's many things we can't shut down. Social Security checks are going to come out. The disability benefits are going to come out. Things are still going to keep rolling. It's more of a slowdown than it is a shutdown.
That's right, Roger. Do we have time for one more?
Go ahead.
With a bunch of exclamation points, Leonard says, what a record. A government shutdown in the last 2 Democratic administrations. First Bill Clinton, now Barack Obama. Ended it off with, what a pair. What a duo these guys are.
Well, a little partisan, and there's so much partisan going on now between Republicans and Democrats in the blame game. Anyway, Ty, thanks, and thanks to our viewers at the Facebook page, The Roger Hedgecock Show. Now, guess what? We're going to talk about fracking. All right, now I want to jump to our viewers and have you comment, because I wonder how many people are in your corner, or how many people are in the corner of all these people, like the UT editorial, praising this new monument. And so Ty Hines is standing by at the feedback page here at the Roger Hedgecock Show. And Ty, what does it look like?
Well, Roger, we had a lot of people who actually agree with you guys. Veronica, our first feedback, she says she's more upset about the parking than anything. She won't use this new library because she hates driving downtown and parking downtown, and comments that there's several libraries close to her, and if she needs to, like you were just saying, she can just get online. I mean, we all have iPhones these days.
The other thing about that is there's an increasing population downtown that will use this library, won't they, Richard, as their own local library, because there's 50, 60,000 people living within walking distance of it.
It's true, but they could have done that with a $15 million library, or more importantly, the existing library. There was no reason for this big new ornate building except civic pride. We need to be a world-class city. Now, to be
Did you
fair,
actually say that it would have been better for taxpayers to build a pyramid because there's less maintenance?
yes.
I see.
This thing is going to cost an extra, not over and above what the current old library cost to run. This is supposedly going to cost an extra $2.5 million a year in extra operating costs that we didn't need, and now we're going to be burdened with.
Let me go to Ty Hines again. Ty, what's our other feedback there?
Still here. Okay, so another one. Richard was thinking about all the angles here. He commented, our street citizens now have a nice, brand new public restroom.
Yes, they do. Pretty fancy. It's
Well,
true.
not only that, when the original plans of the library came out, when they first started discussing this in the 70s, they had a shower facility built in.
Oh, no.
Well, actually, might not have been a bad idea.
Ty, one more. Go ahead.
Last one here. Joe says he would add a fajita bar to this library and he would be there. That was one of my favorites. A fajita bar. I would, I might go there after work.
Why not? I mean, the terminal at the airport finally came across this. Get some good food in there. Get some lounges in there. Get something people were going to relate to.
Right?
You're
Little
gonna get more people there.
fajitas, little books, a little reading action.
I love it. All right, we're done. Richard Ryder, thanks for coming in and offering the contrary opinion. Thanks to our viewers at the Roger Hedgecock Show, and we will be back tomorrow with a lot more.